It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And I guess we're on the air.
We're on, and we're right on time. How about that? See what happens when the crew runs the board in the show?
Who's doing the board? Who's on the board?
Antonio and Ramin. What do you call her?
Stealth.
Ramin. She's on the board
you never
too.
know she's in the room. She doesn't even tell you we're out.
She and Antonio are both so quiet. They're so quiet that we didn't even know we were out live until we heard the music. We're going, are we live? And I'm like, yeah.
It's funny because today is the
First day of fall?
The football teams in the trenches of season's over.
What happened?
The Giants got destroyed yesterday, and Frank is a Giants fan. And,
Giants did? Here you go.
And the Jets are going to be destroyed. Yeah, thank you. And the Jets are going to be destroyed on Sunday.
You and I are a mess here today. This is craziness.
Oh, anyway.
What happened? How are those allergies doing for you?
I don't know what's going on. I get allergies all of a sudden. I also want to say to our friend, Mr. Love, the Love Man, who's not feeling well today.
Feel better?
To feel better. Isn't today a holiday for you guys?
The whole past month has been a holiday. But then, yes, we started Rosh Hashanah last weekend. Today is Shabbat, but then we go into Yom Kippur on Sunday night.
Today is what?
Shabbat. It's Friday night, which is every Friday night. It's the Sabbath. But Sunday night we start.
Shalom.
Thank you, Shabbat Shalom. Yom Kippur is on Sunday night. Erev Yom Kippur, Kol Nidre, and then into Monday.
Don't you have a treat thing somewhere along the line?
And that comes next.
What's that called?
Sukkot, Shavuot is in the spring, Sukkot, so it's the blessing of the fall harvest, which is like Thanksgiving. All of our holidays are in alignment with all of the regular holidays. They just call it something else.
Yeah, you're a very complicated woman.
It's all about the food. No, it's not all about the food, but somehow it always ends up that you're always celebrating and eating. It's all about repentance for the past 10 days. So that is what this holiday is about for us.
A lot of repentance.
A lot of repentance. And you know the beautiful thing about God? God forgives. So whatever you believe in, God is all forgiving. I was watching a story this morning on the news. There was a young 25-year-old who was lost in like this little 8-foot rowboat out here off the coast of Florida for 41 hours. And they found him. His anchor had 25. He was out fishing. His anchor had come up. The boat had capsized. The Coast Guard did 2 sweeps, and they thought, how are we ever going to find this 8-foot boat 13 miles offshore? He would just capsized and kept rolling. 41 hours later, 3rd sweep around, the Coast Guard found him. So his dad said he had given up hope. He said, but just to show you that there is always a God, never give up hope, because...
How long did it take to find him?
41 hours.
Wow.
What is he doing 13 miles off the coast in an 8-foot boat?
He wasn't. He said he lost the anchor in a storm, and he drifted 13 miles off the coast. And when the boat capsized over, he was able to flip it because it was a small boat. He lost his phone, he lost his flares, he lost everything in the boat. He said all he had left was what he had on, his clothing. There was no way to contact anyone or anything. And so his father was just thanking God. He said, I gave up hope. I lost faith in God. He goes, until now. He said, because if you continue to pray and you keep faith, God always provides. 41 hours. They saved this young man.
That's why I don't get in those little boats.
Is that amazing? So they said, what are you going to do the next time? You would think he said, I'm never going back out. He said, I'm getting a bigger boat. That's the beauty of youth.
He's getting a bigger boat.
That is the beauty of youth. That is what a 25-year-old said. Yep, getting right back out, and I'm going to do it again.
Man, forget about it. You want fish, go to the fish store.
But think about it. He had drifted 13 miles off the coast of Florida. He was just
amazing.
Just out fishing. I know.
Did you hear that there was an alligator at the inlet swimming around? You know the inlet where the boats and stuff go up and down? It's a beautiful place. People go there. I took my parents there when they were alive. Alligator at the inlet. You know how scary that is?
Sure, there's a lot of alligators at the inlet.
No, it seems like the alligators are popping up all over the place.
That's because I just asked Josh, we're destroying their habitat out west, so where are they going to go?
Oh, is that what it is? We moved them out, so they're coming here?
They got to go somewhere. You know, they continue to live and procreate, and we are messing up their hometown.
Thank you for sharing that vital.
Frank's in my head on that one. I don't know why. They're like, yep, that's what Frank kind of said. A man, a few words. But
Man.
They had a great show last night, Frank and Rich and Johnny Deep.
No, the show was after they
Show was
left.
after.
Why don't you tell us about what you and Skipper and Richie went to happen?
Well,
what
we
happened?
tried to get the boat campers in Plantation. We got stuck in a rainstorm, which was a monsoon. Took us like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours to get down there. But the show happened when he walked into the restaurant.
Oh, because you all went out for
Pandemonium.
dinner? What happened?
Everybody thought he was Johnny
Depp.
Jack Sparrow. Yeah, they taking pictures, walking. Oh, you're my
Now,
favorite
did he
actor."
act the part?
And he acts the part.
Yeah, because he sounds just like him.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
that-
he goes,
that-
first, and then eventually he just tells them. You know, he feels kind of bad because he doesn't want to break their bubble, but then eventually just lets them know. But people, they thought it was him. One lady come up, you're my favorite actor, and he.
Yeah, I was watching him during the show last night and his mannerisms, because he talks just like Johnny Depp, just like Jack Sparrow
No,
does.
I'm gonna tell
the
you.
The pictures came out great.
I'm going to tell you, I was in
Christine,
the,
you did a nice job on those pictures.
and she showed up in film. She actually, you see, she's not a ghost. She actually shows up in film because she worked across the camera. I was in the lobby talking to Rich, and he comes over, and I'm looking at him, and he's all in dress and everything else, and he speaks to me in Spanish because he's Cuban. Did you know that?
I heard because I was watching the show, yes. And he said he went to the Dayland Mall to help a friend at Macy's or something. He's coming down the escalator and everyone, and they had two other people with him as paparazzi, and there was a red carpet, and everyone went crazy.
Wait,
And
does he walk around like this? Is
I don't
that
know
what
why
he-
he walks around like that.
He says every once in a while he just likes to go out and
Gets dressed up?
see what happens. Just test the waters, I guess.
It was amazing to watch him be an actor, because he's an actor. And then he's talking in Spanish, and he's Cuban. And he goes into this Cuban accent. I swear to God, I had like flashbacks of, who are you?
And then he
was good.
sings, and he's an incredible artist.
Incredible
Oh my
artist.
gosh.
Holy crow.
And he can sing.
So definitely want to bring him back in with you guys one day on the cafe,
Yeah,
so we can have a little bit more time.
Next time we get him back in, he's going to bring some artwork. So,
He's also bringing somebody, because he wants to sing with somebody. He didn't
his
just,
cousin.
his cousin,
I think
yeah.
his cousin. He's trying to get, because the cousin moved up to Vero Beach. So he's trying to get the cousin back in. That's one of the videos that's going to be submitted on our show. It's going to be him and his cousin singing.
How's that going?
Slow.
Everything's slow
Everything
right
is
now.
slow.
Everything.
It's just
But let's
It's
announce.
because it's the Jewish holidays.
Well, that's what it is, and you got to be patient.
Which
But
sounds so silly, but season officially starts here after the Jewish holidays,
Everything
right?
starts
So
after the
as of October, things will definitely start picking up, which is
And
right around the
I can
corner.
tell you, I could not get into any restaurant again.
It's
so
going
hopefully
to get a
Monday,
whole lot worse.
Monday, I get to go back into a restaurant. No? You guys go out for dinner? That's the end of that.
I don't know. All I know is I got 3 more people coming. So I texted the restaurant. I got 3 more. I'm up to 17. She's like, all right, we'll just add more food. You're going to get a lot of food here on Tuesday.
Yeah. The last time that happened, I had to go get food. Remember? I brought too many people. Tell us about the event and submission, because I learned something new today about this event that he's doing and submissions. I thought it was any video. It's not.
No. We need submissions with links for best music video produced in Florida and best performer. So you need to go to our website, which is floridaartsnetwork.org. You'll see an event on our main page. It says the Rose Warner Award Show for Excellence. Click on the tab there and follow the tabs, and it'll tell you how to submit your video. We will then take the top 5 videos that our peers and people will be voting on, and they will be at the show on October 24th at Savor. We will show the videos and then pick the top 2, best performer and best director.
But it is a music video.
Music video.
And it had to be produced, shot in
Florida.
Oh, okay.
Because Kendra will qualify her original videos, not the ones that she did in California and in Vegas.
So if she has an original video that was shot or produced here in Florida, that can be submitted.
Any time frame?
Probably you've got about, I'm going to say about 2 weeks. to submit.
No, I mean, does it matter when the video
Oh,
was
no.
shot?
As
Okay.
long as it's shot in Florida.
Okay.
And Mr. Josh is actually submitting a video that he did, music video,
Yeah.
which is kind of
He
interesting.
may, if he finishes the other one, he might submit a couple, which would be kind of cool.
He could.
Can he submit two?
Sure. You can submit as many as you want.
Oh, no, because he promised he'll have one done next week, so he may have a
Which
second.
one are you
Another
submitting?
one.
Triple C's or the docs?
No, I'm submitting Triple C's one, just because I like the music so much more for it. And then, I mean, obviously there was an obvious connection in the video that's more impactful than the other stuff I have created.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, the second one you're doing, I'm sort of fascinated, curious to what he's doing with this thing. So that one, based on what you're trying to accomplish on that one, that may be a good submission for just.
It could have been so good with the original concept and everything, but now I'm just going to switch it over to like a lyric music video kind of thing.
Is that what you're gonna do?
It's still going to be good.
Yeah.
You know, we can always go back and revisit that situation, by the way.
No, I know.
So,
Just got to figure things happen the way they should, although when we're going through, we don't realize what it is. So all my aggravation this morning, there's a reason. I'm just not quite sure what.
So if, for our event, so if you have a business, a small business here in South Florida, and you need a tax deduction for the end of the year, go to our website and contact us, or you can call me at 954-683-6925, and I can give you the details how you can support the event and get a tax deduction, and possibly, if you want, support us next year. Because we're already going to be scheduling our event for next year.
Wow.
well, the amazing thing here is if you're into video work, you know, like Lynn and all the colleges are teaching the kids on how to make videos and how to do production and everything else. Music videos, they should be a following just for the business, you know, just to be supportive of the cause, because the people are always saying that, you know, if you're not the Grammys, you don't get invited to submit a video, and here you are doing it at this level, which can catapult you to another piece to get it done. So it's a good thing to support. you know?
Absolutely. All right, let's
important.
take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Gary. We're going to talk to Frank some more. We've got another guest that we're going to meet who he is. Give us a call, 888-994-4995. We're going to show you a whole lot of information about some events that we've got coming up. Some more to come on the other side of this commercial break, and we'll be right back. AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
If you're tired of only working for your money and are ready to get your money working for you, then check this out. This is the Transact card, the first of its kind Visa bank card where you double your dollars on every transaction. Transact card provides you with a system for your money finally works for you. The days of underwhelming 1% to 2% cashback are over. Are you ready to welcome in dollar for dollar rewards, doubling your buying power and creating financial momentum? Look, if you've been trying to save your way to wealth and that isn't working out the way you hope, maybe it's time to try spending your way to wealth instead. Learn more at gman.mytzt.com. That is gman.mytzt.com.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Absolutely. In Florida? Then we're good.
Every band, Johnny, I got a bunch of bands and they can submit them as well as long as they were done here. Okay, I got to get on the phone.
So check out events.amp2.tv for all of our concerts that we've got happening starting on October 12th. We've got the Bee Gees, and then we've got Tony Wilson, 1 at 6 and 1 at 8. You can get a full combo pack on sale actually for $50 to stay with us for the evening. Next week, at the end of next week, I've got the pizza guy coming in that we met through Denise Marsh. Maybe we can bring him down.
We're taking
some
this
pizza,
with
some
us
events.
to
To
a
the
number of
Save War.
events as well.
Correct.
Do you remember the guy who used to own Playboy?
Hugh Hefner?
Hugh Hefner?
He does this to see if I'm going to remember the names, and sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. Yes.
So there was a place up in West Palm that I went to have dinner one night. I told you this story. And Hugh Hefner was there. And I knew he wasn't Hugh Hefner.
I was going to say, did you recognize him?
He looks just like him, but that wasn't the reason why he wasn't, that I knew, because I knew that he wouldn't be there. If he was in anywhere, he would be down in Miami or something. He was there at one of the restaurants. He had a crowd around him, like what happened with you yesterday. And Linda goes over and starts taking pictures with him. Now, he was next to this beautiful Playmate model. You know, she was like in a very interesting...
Voluptuous outfit? Yeah.
Some of that, yeah. And that's when I said, this can't be real. So I sent the picture to Linda's daughter. She says, Mom, stop taking pictures of this guy. It's not him. So after a long delay, because there was a lot of people around him, I asked one of the waiters, yo, what is going on with this? Apparently, this guy hangs out at this restaurant. And that's all he does all night. And he never pays for a drink. He never buys a dinner.
It's a great deal, right?
My God, what a scammer. And then at the
So
end
he
of the
should
night,
do-
he says, I just want you to know I'm not him. Because I think legally he has to say that, or he's going to jail. But he tells people it was all in fun, and here's my card, and if you want to hire me, So when this guy walked in, I said, you got to be kidding me.
George.
I thought it was, George.
George with a J.
George.
George with a J. Can you imagine? I can't even imagine what your night was like last night. Did you pay for dinner, or did people treat him to dinner?
No, we were just left alone. Just people just came up.
This is your mic.
Yeah, people just came up. People just came up and said, take my picture. And there was a big
You didn't say, I'm
commotion
his-
when we first walked in.
You didn't say I'm his agent.
We got to send the pictures to the board so they can put them up so they can see last
Yeah,
night what
what's
he
this,
looked like.
What's this thing with the finger? What is this?
Yeah, I think that's something that's from the movie that he's got. They're coming out with that movie, In the Deep. That's something he does in the Deep, because he does this now also to promote the movie that he's in.
This is In the Deep?
Yeah, I think it's something that he does.
Did you see the pictures? They
not
came
sure.
out good. We have to send one to the board. We had a guest in, a new friend of the cafe. She came in on Tuesday with another friend about some promotion. She's writing a book about human trafficking, and it came to her in a dream. And some of it she made up, some of it she put together with her dream, some of it she put together with some stories that she's heard. And she found a publisher who's working with it. They suggested to you for you to reach out to Angel Studios
We talked about this yesterday.
for your movie. Did you talk to Frank about it?
I spoke to him and his wife said we should try. And Frank said, nah.
So we were told on Tuesday to tell Frank he should reach out to Angel Studios. They're the ones that did Sound of Freedom about Stuck in Traffic.
Okay, I'll give him a shout. I looked at what they require, and we're not at that stage yet. But I'll see what they say.
Yeah, but you have some exciting news that you told me.
Yeah, we have a line producer, and production company on board. So now we need what they call seed money to get a lawyer, get the pitch deck made, pay the line producer, get a sizzle reel done. We're going to probably work with Zach on the sizzle reel, and if we get the seed
have
money,
him?
we can pay him for that too. And then once we get the pitch deck, then we go out to financiers and finance the movie.
Now,
We don't expect
at
the
this.
movie. We don't expect
This
the
was
total
last night.
budget to be more than $1 million. It should be less than $1 million total budget. But that also depends. If we get some name actors in there, that budget could then double. So
You know, it's interesting because there was somebody else who started their book here, we went to see her premiere in the movies as well. And the seed money is where she was about a year ago. And what they did was all sorts of fundraisers, all sorts of GoFundMe type of deals, all sorts of book sales, all this stuff.
She did like a lot of GoFundMe, didn't she?
She did a ton of GoFundMe. And then some friends of hers. You see, I didn't know that she had a calling in that book. I didn't know that there was a message that she wanted to do the movie for, until I went to see the movie, which I was like, wow. You know who I'm talking about. I don't want to use the name because I don't have permission, but I can relate to the fact that she did the same thing you're doing, and then the seed money that you call seed money is production costs and everything else that goes into this thing. And then they met somebody who matched the money. So I think she got to half the money, and this person liked what it was about, and they match the other half, and boom, and they put it in the movie. So you never know. See,
Never
the
know.
hardest part is you got somebody to say, let's do it.
Yep.
And now there's, logistics of getting it done. So that's kind of cool.
It's really exciting.
It's really exciting. Yeah.
But they're not in the United States, the
Oh, they are.
producer,
They're
right?
originally they're from Ukraine, but they've moved to they're in L.A.
Oh,
So they-
okay. And how did you meet them?
Through a producer that we know that was in the United States and now lives in London. So we had a Zoom meeting between London and LA and us.
It's
a couple
very
days ago,
exciting.
and everybody's excited. They really want to. They like the screenplay. It's a really hard-hitting screenplay, and they want to do it. So here we go.
That's awesome.
It's interesting because a lot of movies, if I went to the movies and I saw My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3, and there's an actor's name in there that produced it. So actors are now getting into the production business.
They're getting into direction too, executive producing. They're doing a lot.
So the other object of the game here is if you can get some kind of trailer or some kind of sizzle done so that it can be shown around.
Yep.
And I happen to know that J-Lo's husband, what's his name, the actor from
Mark
Boston.
Anthony?
No. That's her ex-husband.
Oh, her
Her current husband up in Boston,
Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck, does a lot of that kind of work as well. And her ex-husband was the baseball player, right? They were married. Her
I
and
don't think so.
A-Rod?
A-Rod and her weren't
I
married?
don't think they were married. Her ex-husband is that singer.
Oh, yeah, Mark
what was that
Anthony.
singer?
Mark
Mark Anthony's her ex-husband.
Mark Anthony twice. But A-Rod and her weren't married?
No.
A-Rod and her were going to buy the Mets because he wanted the Mets. And she was putting money up with him to do it, and there wasn't enough money. They do that kind of stuff as well. They love helping community-based movies as well, producing, directing. J-Lo bought Miami Tow. Remember that show? Miami Tow with the tow trucks in Miami?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
She bought that for like a few $100,000 in South America. She was gonna play it there. And somebody says, put it in Miami. And it became the #1 show, reality show for about 2 years running. She made a fortune. South Beach Tow. She made a fortune. And it was so bad. I used to watch it and laugh. But it was so bad. You saw it? It was hilarious, but
It's
you
hilarious.
could tell, they used to swing at each other like the punching, and it wasn't real. It was fake. And you could tell it was so bad. But that's what you need. You need the right pair of eyes to see this thing and see what happens.
That's very exciting, though.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
that's fantastic.
Did you think it was going to get Mr. Guru? Did you think it was going to get...
We when I contacted our that one lady that we know that was in London, she said she knew a line producer that she was going to contact, and then it took about 2 weeks for her to come back to us. And then when she finally come back to us, she goes, "Oh, I got a production company too. That's interested." So then she sent them the script and the concept, and then about 2 days later, she comes back and says, "Yeah, they want to talk. Let's have a Zoom meeting." So it was like out of the blue. We just were looking for a line producer to produce a budget, and we ended up with the whole 9 yards.
What do you think it's going to cost to produce the movie?
They're estimating that the budget should be under $1 million to make the movie,
Nice.
which is fairly inexpensive. But it also depends on if we attract a name actor or not. If we get a halfway decent named actor, that budget could double or triple, depending
Right.
on what they
Because
want.
you have to pay what they want.
But a lot of actors now are doing it sort of like what they call on the back end. You pay them a little bit up front, and then they take money off the gross. They get points on the back end. So a lot of actors are doing that, especially on independent work. A lot of actors are doing it that way. So there's a possibility.
That is very exciting.
So did you set up the GoFund? The GoFundMe?
We haven't. No, we just did this last week. We'll probably be setting up we went out. I sent some inquiries to people I know for finances and angel investors. And we'll probably set up a GoFundMe next week and go from there.
Do you have a database of all the people you met at the Apparition Center, or any people?
No, there's no. we
Chris is
have
looking
no
at you.
idea.
You have a
You
few.
know, there are a few, but not really. You know, they really, we don't really, we hardly, a lot of those people there only one time, you know, so there's not, what? He may have a list, yeah, but.
Because that would be amazing, right? So there you have your angel investors because
Angel
of the
investors.
Apparition
There you go.
Center is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Well, that'd be kind of freaky.
that'd be kind of freaky, wouldn't it?
Because I was watching whatever TV show I was watching the other day, and at the end of the movie, they lost this whole restaurant, and the family was going to have to move back to India and go their separate ways. And they had fed all their friends, and their friends came forward and said, "Why didn't you tell us you were looking for money?" And the wife, whose husband had just passed, said, "But this is our restaurant. Why would you invest in me?" And they said, "Well, why wouldn't we?" Because you don't need one angel investor, and they all come forward, of course. If we all give you a little bit or what we can, then at the end of the day, you have what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm thinking about. You need an angel investor. You've got all of these angels surrounding you.
Yeah, so we'll set up something. But I also want to talk about a book promotion I want to start here too, so.
Okay.
And you already sold one book.
We
so
did.
We can include that in the promotion. I wanted to start the promotion on October 1st, but we can start it right now if we want. And it'll end on December 18th. Anybody that comes into the studio in person to buy one of my books, whether they be cast, crew, guest, audience member, just a walk-in, when we reach a milestone of 5 books sold or 5 people that come in, so we're already there. We're already
We got
partway
one.
there. We got
Yeah.
one. We will set up an award. The people you're going to have to take the names and contacts, and on December 18th we will draw out of a hat. You can use my hat, and one person will then win my complete library of all my books.
Wow, that's amazing. She was so intrigued by all of your books. I showed her Stuck in Traffic, and I showed her your memoirs, because she had never heard of the Apparition Center. She had never heard of anointings, but yet her whole life is about God and faith, and she teaches children. So she was just amazed and enthralled by everything. And they sat here and said, "God led me here for a reason. I'm here for a reason." I wrote about. It was so you that she started with that book. So she would be amazing.
That'd be amazing. So yeah, so we've got one in the queue. We need 4 more people to come in and buy books over the course of 2 months, and of course it won't stop at 5. You know, the more that come in, the more chances you have to win, and then you'll win the complete library. It's 12 books, and I'm coming out with another book. Depending on when we can get it done before we go on our cruise or not, we'll know if it'll be out this year or it'll be out early next year, and I'll include that in the library as well.
When's your cruise?
December 8th,
Where you cruising to?
Eastern Caribbean, for 10 days. 10 days.
Very nice.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite book that you would tell people to start with, whichever one? Because I know you have a few series.
Depends on what they like, what genre they like. If it's a science fiction book, it would be Gabriel's Chalice. If they like murder mystery, it would be Jack Stenhouse Mysteries. But if they want to learn about me, it'd be my memoir and how I started writing and how I ended up where I am.
Your memoir, I mean, it's about you and your stories, but it's also about the stories, right?
Yeah,
I feel like you're like the messenger
It also
of...
delves into influences in some of my books. So I guess that could be that would be a good start, give a base of who I am. And the book that's coming out, book that we should have come out in the next month or two, or hopefully before the end of the year, if not the first of the year, Josh did the cover. So he's going to be mentioned in the book.
Nice.
And that's going to be the 4th and final installation of the sci-fi series. That book is going to be called Samael of Sarah. So, and he did the cover. So
You had sent me a video a few months ago about all the fallen angels. It was like a TikTok or something you sent me. It's I didn't realize Samael was one of.
Oh, he's one of the bad ones.
Did not even know. I did not know. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I think I texted you back. That's Frank's book.
I sent you that?
Yes. Yeah. And all the fallen angels. Mm-hmm.
Who'd have thunk?
Who would have thought you would do that to me? I leave you speechless.
You do, because
You don't even remember sending it, I bet.
there was a whole series on that, right? It's a lot of fallen angels.
200?
Yeah.
This was
Total.
like the top 10 or something.
Ah,
Someone
well,
made a video of the
that's what-
top 10
that's what
fallen
caused-
angels.
That's
the
what
top
caused
20.
the flood.
A fallen angel?
Fallen angels. That's when God said, we got to clean this up.
Well, look at the flood that just happened over in the Middle East.
Well,
What,
Europe, too.
11,000? Right, 11,000
And
people in
in
county?
Broward County last night.
It's been bad here
Well, that's
tonight.
because you were with the pirate.
I was with a pirate last night.
Yo ho, yo ho.
You were with a pirate, that's what you get.
For more information on Frank's books, you can get them right here at the studio. We have signed copies. You can go to Amazon, Frank A. Ruffolo, or his website is frankaruffolo.com.
Yeah,
So,
come into the studio,
easy
buy a
enough.
book, and get your name put in a
In Frank's hat.
contest to win all of them.
In Frank's hat.
And then you don't even have to decide. They're all so good.
You know, it's funny because you wrote back then about things that are happening, and here we are living through them, and you're writing new books. I like the way you do that. So I like to know what's going to happen in about 10 years.
Well, this is going to be, the book takes place 1,300 years from now, so
I won't be around for that.
I don't think we'll be around.
You can cut down your visions to maybe 6 years.
But I saw an interesting conspiracy video last week that said a lot of things are going to happen a lot of things are going to happen in 2028, which 2028 in my first book, Gabriel's Chalice, is the Judgment Day happens in 2028. But there's the video came out and said, don't be surprised if a lot of things happen in 2028, because in 2028, that's when Social Security goes insolvent.
Wow. Gabriel's Chalice is 2020. You gotta read them. You gotta just take some time this weekend and read some
Why?
books.
He scares me to death when he comes in here anyway. Why do
Why?
I want to
It's
read him?
Because the good guys so far win. I haven't read Samael yet because it hasn't come out. But, you know, if you have faith and you believe, then the big guy upstairs wins.
Okay.
You just got to keep the faith.
I'm all in.
Just like Jesus Christ Superstar. Have you ever seen the movie or the play?
Saw the movie. Didn't
Chris?
see the play.
Yes.
We
Gary?
saw the movie.
I have not. No.
See, there's a lot of people that hadn't seen
And
it.
I have the album, the original album.
Because we got to go see it last week, and I keep saying, going back to, I can't believe they're talking about Caesar.
Yes, I looked that up, by the way.
And?
Caesar was the emperor at the time of Christ.
Caesar is just a generic term for emperor.
Right.
No, Julius Caesar.
But
was
Julius-
it Julius Caesar?
Generic term for
Emperor, yeah.
Yes.
So it wasn't the Julius Caesar. Thank you.
No.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think it was the timeline. Again, back to history class.
Well, when I looked it up, it says Caesar
Tiberius? I'm not
was
sure.
the
But
emperor.
now she says that's the generic name for emperor.
Caesar.
So they must have taken liberty, artistic liberty,
everybody-
right? So they had the Greek.
So
crown
Julius
on.
Caesar was before Christ.
Yeah, he was BC, I think.
So everybody then, because he was the greatest, everybody wanted to be like Julius. So now I got to find out who the emperor really was in that time, because I looked it up and it said Caesar. It didn't say Julius Caesar.
I think we're going to look that up during commercial break.
And do you know that Pontius Pilate, after all of that mess, decided to go live in Sweden? And there's a mountain there after his name, and he committed suicide by drowning in its lake.
I did not know that.
I learned a lot. I never knew that Judas committed suicide. I didn't know any of these things.
That's why they say if you commit suicide because of him, you are not allowed into the gates of heaven. Do you know that Christ has 7 things on the cross, and each one of them has been analyzed in today's living worlds, different things that occur now in his words?
Do you know what they were?
No, there's a bunch of them, but I just found it amazing that if you dig a little and you read a little bit, that amazing things. You know, the kiss of Judas is now the betrayal is what people say. We were married and you kissed me, is the kiss of Judas, and that's how he gave him over to the Romans. It's just funny how all of these things have meanings that came from the crucifixion.
Interesting, right?
We're
going to look it up during commercial break. More to come.
But I wanted to ask Frank, before we go to commercial, why did Jesus pick apostles?
Why did Jesus what?
Pick apostles.
To spread the word through the nations. Because he knew he was not going to be around for a while. He was only going to be there for a short time, so he needed people to take his place.
So he did it because he knew that he was going to be put to death.
He knew he was only there for a short time, so he needed representatives to go out in the known world. And that's what they did. Each one took a different, when he finally passed, each apostle went to a different area.
True that. And who was the only apostle that was crucified upside down?
Peter, I think, was crucified upside down. And John was the only apostle that was not crucified.
Well, he was not crucified. He lived to be 98. But Peter was crucified upside down because he didn't think he was worthy to be killed the same way that Christ was.
And most of the other apostles died horribly.
Oh, one of them was skinned to death.
Yeah, horribly.
Beheaded.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he taught the emperor to become a Christian.
That was bad?
Yeah, people were upset about that. So they and I think they even killed him, cannibalism or something.
And one of the secondary, he wasn't one of the original apostles, but Paul was originally a murderer.
I heard about that, but I never believed that. It's strange. Also, how many brothers and sisters did Jesus have?
He didn't have any, but in the when they translated the Bible, there was no word for cousins, so everybody was called brother or sister. So
But they're giving him credit now for 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and they named them. I just don't remember the names. Is what they were saying, and they said that he had a family with Mary.
there's a lot of
And if
conspiracy theories going around there.
And if you look at the Last Supper, and the person to his left, was that her or was it another person?
Nobody knows.
You never know.
It's like the Da Vinci Code. Nobody knows.
Inquiring minds.
It's just interesting because in history you weren't allowed to say certain things. You had to be careful.
Well, I think a lot of it has been left for obviously interpretation, just like the Bible.
Smartest book ever made.
It's all up for interpretation.
Most
of who
clever
believes
book
what.
ever made was the Bible.
People
That's
spend
what I-
lifetimes analyzing it. All
And
right.
it's funny because people will tell you, I know the Bible inside and out. Do you?
All right, let's take a quick commercial break on this Theorizing Friday with Freddie. More to come,
Not me, I'm just telling you, I read it. I read it because I knew
888-994-4995.
Frank was coming.
Studio A. More to come. We're going to look up Julius Caesar. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Ant Media Production presents Music Night, a once-in-a-lifetime lineup of concerts including Jive Talking, a Bee Gees tribute band, Tony Wilson as James Brown, Johnny T, The Voices of Legends, Frank Dean and Friends with Mike Dutra, and A Salute to the Veterans by JC Dreesen. Go to events.amp2.tv for more information and get your tickets now. That is events.amp2.tv.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Todo Bello Balloons is a business that was born out of a passion for creating unique and beautiful balloon designs, including balloon bouquets, balloon arches, balloon columns, and more. We specialize in creating unique and beautiful balloon designs that bring your dreams into reality. We believe that balloons have the power to bring people together and create lasting memories, and we are honored to be part of that experience. Contact us and we will bring happiness to your celebrations with our balloons.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Right, Donna? And we're back. Yes, stop writing to me. I am wearing my, what do you call a shroud you wear to a funeral?
A death shroud.
Who are they playing?
A death shroud.
Death shroud.
Who are they playing?
Does it matter?
They won the first game.
Oh, you know, you got to think about how they won that first game. It was September 11th. Mike Piazza at the plate hits a home run over the center field fence. That is an exception to the rule because it was September 11th, right? Except the Giants the day before laid an egg. And then the guy tears his Achilles.
Yeah, that was
in the
bad.
first game.
That was bad.
Now they have this new thing where they're putting in the sleeve to recreate the Achilles.
I hope he can be back by the end of the year.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Seriously,
because
they put it's a protective sleeve they put over the. It's like a shield they put over the after they sew the Achilles back together. They put a shield over it.
And the shield increases the health of it like 6 months. So they did this with a running back for the Rams when they played in the Super Bowl, and he was back in 6 months. And they think that because Rodgers being the quarterback doesn't have the same impact as a running back.
But he's got to run.
Not like
He's
a
got to
running
move.
back. Not like a running back has got to run.
That would be crazy to put him back in, but
Oh no, he's playing. Do you know how much money? Do you know how crazy it is that if he were to have to retire with that kind of contract, what do? You can't give the money back. You can't say maybe you give half of it back. I don't know. What do? He must feel so horrible right now. And in New York City, the Jets organization on New York City needed Rodgers to come in and at least get him to the playoff. That organization has been nothing but snake bit. Bad. Some of the stories that are coming out now are so, sometimes it's comical and sometimes you have to cry, man.
Gary, you like the Jets?
I'm an Eagles fan.
Oh, you and Josh.
We play you guys this
Philadelphia
year.
Eagles, yeah.
It's going to be
I feel bad for
unmerciful.
the Jets. I mean, I was never a Jets fan, but I certainly, like, they are snake bit.
We play the Eagles this year.
I'm going to say something that's probably going to get a lot of people angry.
Frank? No, never.
What else is
The Jets are very similar to the Dolphins. Because the last time the Jets had any sort of success was with Namath.
Correct.
And the last time the Dolphins had any sort of success was with Marino.
So we had someone in last night, and he says the odds of the Dolphins are, 25-1 on being the AFC
No, making the Super Bowl.
champions to make
Right,
the Super
right.
Bowl, right?
That's a good bet.
That's a great bet.
Because
a
they're
great
a
bet.
good team.
They're a very good
And
team.
their head coach is really good.
And he says that
I gotta
he's
send
gonna,
him that information,
He's going to
remind
go
me.
make a bet up in Baltimore because he's a Baltimore Orioles fan. He's so hyped up, he's just a little bit silly, but it is a good bet. But I was talking to one of the producers in the studio. The only thing I don't like about the Dolphins is that they are a pass-heavy team. In Florida, that works. But when you get up to play these cold teams,
That's the problem is we're so hot here, and it's so cold in the rest of the country to play.
Yeah,
But they said that they have a cure for that. They're just going to shorten the field. You throw the ball to this number 10 or this Waddle kid at 5 yards and forget it. It went
He's
99
great.
yards. I've never seen speed like this guy. But when it snows, it slows him down.
His name really Waddle?
One guy is. Waddle is one guy, right?
And Tyreek Hill, the other
And
guy.
Hill.
Yeah.
How
he's-
Kansas City let that kid go
I know.
is just amazing. But my goodness gracious. And if you see the football players he's wearing this special helmet because he has all those concussions. If they can keep him clean, meaning he don't get hit, I think the Dolphins come out in the AFC this
So
year.
this guy has a good deal going.
It's a great deal. He's excited. Who do the Dolphins play this week? Anybody know?
You don't know, Josh?
No, I was going to say it's a bad deal.
Well, yeah, Josh doesn't like the deal, but who are the Dolphins playing this week? Did you know? No.
No idea.
I know the Hurricanes are playing tomorrow. That's all I
I
know.
don't know, but the Hurricanes are 3-0. Is that true? No.
I don't think they've played 3 games.
Or
Maybe.
2-0?
Look what Dion did with
They might be.
Colorado. Holy crow.
They
went
might be
from a
2-0.
1-11 team now to 3-0.
Yeah, but you
son's a
see what's
quarterback.
already happening? The pressures of winning. So they play Oregon this week. I don't think they beat Oregon. If they beat Oregon,
Yeah.
then I'm going to say, because they beat Nebraska, they beat TCU, but those teams were, and then they finally beat Colorado State in double overtime with 15 fights and 16 assaults.
The Broncos.
Who, the Dolphins? They win this week. Where they're going to be in?
Denver Broncos.
They're going to be up there. Or they're going to be down here.
I think they're here, actually. I think they're home.
Dolphins win that game. If they're in Denver, it's going to be interesting.
I think they're home this week. So more to come. And Gary, I have to tell you, Freddie is so excited about this Transact card.
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness. Who are you talking to about it? You're telling Frank about it this morning.
Telling Frank because of the incident they had yesterday at the restaurant.
Why?
Where apparently they locked up Rich's card because he probably got hacked.
Oh, really?
His card got locked. He couldn't even use the card.
And this happens all the time. It just happened to Linda. Somebody orders something on Amazon, and Linda calls and says, hey, this isn't me. They put a stop, and the bank, she called the bank, froze the card. So she doesn't have a card for 10 days. Turns out to be that it was the daughter that did the deal, but irrelevant. You can also, people are telling me, they're writing in that you can lock your card so it's not used, but what difference does it make? If you get hacked, you get hacked, right?
Right.
So we talked to Gary about doing this third-person card because it works like a debit card, your card.
Well, let's explain.
Not a credit card.
This Transact card, it's a special promotion that's running now through November?
Yeah, up until the launch, which is going to actually take place in Las Vegas on November 13th and 14th. Yeah, we've been in pre-launch since early this year, and I've seen the growth because I got involved, I guess it was around April, when we would have, we have Zoom presentations all week long. And back then, there's maybe 80, 100 people on the Zoom calls. Now they max out at 1,000, 15 minutes before the Zoom call starts, and they have to send them to the Facebook Live community to watch and so forth. So it's grown massively. And when it does launch on November 13th and 14th, that's when it's really going to go out to the public via a whole slew of major social influencers, which I'm not allowed to say their names on here, but because this is all a lot of banking compliance laws come into effect. But I think I told you guys before privately who some of those were. They're just major people. But yeah, there was a promotion going on up till that launch, and that see, normally this particular card, again, it's just a Visa debit card. You pay $25 for this card, and every year there's a $25 renewal fee. However, if anybody gets this card prior to that, there will be no renewal fee, and as I've told you before, there are special bonus points you get when you use the card to make any purchase, and you get double Z-Bucks for 1 full year if you get the card prior to the launch.
Can you buy airline tickets on it? You can buy anything.
I've bought airline tickets on it, hotels, gas, Amazon, Publix, Walmart, everything. Anything yeah. And by the way, I do have 3 other debit cards, which I have in my wallet. I haven't used them since I've had this. So they're like an emergency, but because I get great rewards with this card.
So say people are getting ready to go on a cruise, or you're going to go away for Christmas, right? You want to get your bookings in. You put your money in the account that it's set up. You swipe it like a debit card.
Correct.
And then what are the benefits of using this card, though? You get points. How many dollar per points?
Well, you get a 1-for-1 reward coupon point. It's called a Z-Buck. So for every dollar spent, you get 1 Z-Buck. So you're getting basically 100% reward back, and you redeem those Z-Bucks on what's going to be our e-commerce Z Club shopping site. And you're going to buy down the cost of products anywhere from 20, 30, 40, 50, sometimes as much as 60% off the item. So something, I use the examples of a pair of sneakers you might buy at Foot Locker or on Amazon that are $100. There'll be $100 on the Z Club as well, but you're not going to pay $100. You're going to pay maybe $50 or $60. The balance you pay with the Z-Bucks. And you have Z-Bucks because every time you use the card, you're going to get Z-Bucks. And you get double Z-Bucks, as I said, if you come in now and get the card for $25. But, you
get double Z-Bucks.
Double Z-Bucks.
$500 in airline tickets. I'm going to get 1,000 Z-Bucks?
Well, yes. Yes. Matter of fact, when you first swipe and you get the card in the mail, I mean, again, you'll be connected to a community bank. That is the whole premise behind this. We're not major banks. They're community banks, which we're helping. We are a social impact enterprise as well for various reasons. But when you first swipe, they give you 500 Z-Bucks into your account. You buy a $2 cup of coffee, and you got 502 Z-Bucks in your account. And actually now it'd be 1,004 Z-Bucks in your account. So and there's going to be also flash sales. We've had flash sales for people who do what's called a digital branch office. There's also a very good income opportunity associated with this. And the digital branch office people can earn, income, revenue, residual income in 3 different ways as a digital branch office, which can be explained either on the Zoom calls, or I can explain in person if someone's calling me, or can go to my website and so forth. But it's a very good opportunity.
Girl Math. Ever heard of Girl Math?
No.
Amazon Girl Math? He's laughing. You've heard of Girl Math? Okay, Girl Math. This card, ladies,
is the Girl Math card.
The Girl Math solution. So here's the thing. No one sees where the money is. It's like extra found money because now you've got extra things to buy with the Girl Math situation.
You know, BOGO, or you bring a pair of shoes back, you buy a shoe, you don't want to bring them back. They think that was
Where's
free
Grace?
money.
Can you have Grace come out?
It's free money because they brought it back.
So this is free money. This
it is.
is the answer to Girl Math.
It is.
So let me ask you a question. So I buy something using my credit card.
Girl Math, have a seat.
I buy something using a credit card for my air mileage. Right? You ever notice you buy something on a card, and they give you miles.
Figure that one out sometime, huh?
But hold on a second. I got to pay that somehow. I got to pay that credit card bill.
Well, yeah.
So if I use this card, use the account on this card to pay this gig, then I get my miles when I use the here, and I get my Z-Bucks when I pay this off, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Girl math.
That's Girl Math.
Girl Math.
Girl math.
But it's just very logical. Not only that, there's also a savings plan that goes into this. Now imagine you go to Olive Garden and you go and have dinner. You pay your $100 bill with this card. Okay, you get 100 Z-Bucks, or some of us will get 200 Z-Bucks, and somewhere between 2 and 5% of that bill will go into a savings account in your name, high yield savings account, by the way. So not only are you getting Z-Bucks back for every dollar you spend, but some of that money is going to go into a savings account. And again, Transact Card has contracted with a lot of restaurants, a lot of retail places like Home Depot, Olive Garden's one. So you're going to get money back into a savings account on top of everything else.
Like Walmart. You would tell them you go to Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart. I think Walmart's one of them. So
You
if
told me
ever spend at
Walmart.
Walmart, as long as you use this card, you get the Z-Bucks plus
2% back.
Yeah, well, it really depends on the vendor. Every vendor is different. I hear some of them are as high as 6 or 7%, some are 2%. And when you go to the Z Club and you buy that $100 pair of sneakers with Z-Bucks and cash, 2% of that will go into your savings account as well.
So Grace, check this out.
Yeah.
You get this card, it's a debit card with a new bank. You put money in it. Say you're going to fly home for Christmas. So you buy your tickets to fly home on this. You get double the amount of the cost in Z-Bucks. Then you can go into their shopping site and you want a pair of shoes. So the shoes are $100. $50 gets taken off of your Z-Bucks, and then the shoes now only cost you $50.
So one shoe
So
is
they're
free.
basically free.
See? Girl math, they're basically free.
And then if you pay the extra 50 in cash, they're totally free.
Well, it's coming out of your debit card, so that doesn't count. It's like cash. Yeah. So it's free money.
No.
And
completely free.
They also have flash sales. Flash sales are first come, first served basis, and they appear pretty much every day. And it could be anything from a laptop computer. It could be they have designer handbags. Again, that's real girl math, by the way. Designer handbags, you know, and those if you can catch one of those flash sales, you pay only in Z-Bucks, no money. Yeah.
So the cruise you had was on a flash sale.
We have a cruise scheduled for December 7th this year. It's 4 days out of, I think it's Port Canaveral, I think it is. And that is going to appear when the is a flash sale, probably this week. Anybody who can catch that. I think there's 2 cabins available, interior and exterior. They're like, I think it's like 12 or 1,300 Z-Bucks. But that's all you'll pay. You're not paying any cash. They have another cruise already scheduled for next year with the Norwegian Cruise Line out of Miami. It's a 7-day Caribbean cruise. That whole ship will be filled only with people with Z-Buck people.
But
No-
there's
no
only
cash.
2 cabins available, you said?
There are
Two
2
categories.
sizes. 2 different
2 sizes, okay.
Yeah, 2 sizes.
Okay.
Now, how many of those will be available? I don't know. But if you catch, that's why they've kind of gamified this as far as the Z Club goes. For example, and if you go to your, I think my Emirates miles. I mean, I never go in there to see what I have or check it.
Gary, that's like a free cruise, because if you get a cup of coffee, you're going to get 500 Z-Bucks right there.
Correct.
The cruise is only, what, 1,200 Z-Bucks?
Right.
So you only need a differential of 700.
Right.
So you really only need to spend 350, because then you get double your Z-Bucks.
Well, you think about it this way. I think statistics say
Right?
the average.
Girl math.
The
Girl
average, people spend on a debit card. Now debit cards become more popular than credit cards. It's something like the average is in the $3,000 a month range. Now, obviously, a lot of people are less, some are more. But imagine if you're you're putting everything on this, as I've done, my HOA, my phone bill, my electric bill, all my auto pays are on this card now. And every time I go gas station, whatever I'm doing, I pay with this, and I'm getting double Z-Bucks. And my Z-Bucks, I think I'm at my checklist. I'm at like 19,500 Z-Bucks.
Wow.
In my account. So I can't wait to start spending them.
That's
when
amazing.
When the Z Club opens November, and it's going to be very good.
The flash sale, though, it's a no-brainer, especially
Oh,
because
yeah,
it's
the
such a
flash
low
sales are-
price
yeah,
point.
I've gotten things on again, a Nike bag. I've seen people get electric scooters, and there was a designer handbag on there. So, but you have to catch it. So that's the other thing that they.
And
want
that's
people
all
to-
Z-Bucks, so that's all free money.
It's all free, just Z-Bucks, because you're
So-
gonna get the Z-Bucks anyway.
So how do we introduce this to the college community?
Great. It's really great for anybody, but especially for the college community, because, matter of fact, I was down at FAU a couple weeks ago. I was talking to people in the entrepreneur department at the business marketing department, and they were very interested in this because they felt that a lot of the students there would be naturally disposed to not only using the card but promoting it, because
They can make
and
money,
for
right?
people that are good with social media, and quite frankly, that's not my strength, but the young people are really good with that, because they grew up with that, so they can really spread the word. Great for just the fact of saving money. And the nice thing is, you can get up to 5 cards on one account. And you take a family, let's say husband, wife, one for the husband, one for the wife. They got kids, they can give the kids a card, and depending upon the age, if they're young, you got a 12-year-old, you put a $10 spending limit per day or whatever you want. Everybody can have their Transact card.
It's a win. I mean, think about it. You can go to Chick-fil-A and get 500 Z-Bucks just by buying Chick-fil-A the first time. And then when you get a flash sale, you can buy a designer handbag or whatever you want, and then you got free money to buy things.
Call it the Girl Math.
The Girl Math card.
Girl Math, I like that. That's
The Girl Math card.
Girl math card.
Yeah.
See, we need to replicate Grace because now she's got something else to promote. What do you think about this idea? Do you think for college kids it's a great idea? I mean, it's great for anybody, but.
I like it. I know personally that if I had it, I would have no money. Because I would just be using it, but then I would get the Z-Bucks back and I would be like, oh my gosh.
And then it'd be free.
Free
It's a
money!
Z-Bucks.
Well, it's a debit card like you have anyway.
You know what else? From the launch time on, after the launch, anybody who has this card for $25 and they refer it to a friend, that friend is going to get 500 Z-Bucks, obviously, in their first swipe, but still will the referrer. So
Now you got a free
yeah,
cruise.
so you tell your cousins, and 5 cousins get it, you got 2,500 Z-Bucks.
So if
They could all go on this cruise for free.
So if she goes to if she goes to school and she gets like 10 people, 20 people to sign up under her name,
Yeah.
she's gonna get points for doing that.
She got 500 Z-Bucks for everybody that does
You
it.
want to talk about free?
Look at
That's
her.
free. Because all of
Yeah.
a sudden you're getting a lot of
and
stuff.
why wouldn't you? It's a real no-brainer.
Wow, that's a great deal.
I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna stop the morning show because you're learning too much math. Girl math.
But it's all
Girl
about
math.
helping our community.
Girl math. Girl
And then
math
you can
card.
even we could even take it here because we've paid for things here with the Z card
Right.
for Frank's books.
That's interesting too.
Yeah, and it's a real debit. It's a FDIC insured. As I said, it's all, you're hooked up with a community bank, and you fund it. You fund it.
And there's no
$20 funded with
no
$100.
prerequisite. You don't have to have They're not going to check your credit score.
No credit. It's
None of that.
no credit check.
18 and older is what
18
it
and up,
is?
no credit check. Put $20 in, put $2,000, whatever you like. Makes, you know.
Now, if you don't, you got to have a bank account.
Well, yeah. Well, you have to fund
You have
the
to fund
card
it.
through your bank, whether it be a
I mean,
wire
you can't use my
transfer.
piggy bank, right?
Yeah, piggy bank doesn't work.
I wonder if you can Zelle from one bank to another. How do you do it? Not through wire transfer.
What
or you
I do is, my first one I did a wire transfer because I put a chunk of money in. But since then, I've been doing a debit card pull. So for my other, like my TD debit card, I just send it from there to this. You could up to $500 a day, and it's instantaneous and no cost.
So you can just build up the amount of money that you want to
Yeah.
put in there.
Yeah, just put it in.
Amazon, this is right up your alley.
Yeah.
She's shaking her head yes.
Yeah.
all the girls are like shaking their head
You
yes.
got- all the girls would be broke.
Look, now ask Josh. What do you think about this, Josh? See, guy math versus girl math. To us, we've now made money on this deal.
Because you guys
Justified.
you guys spend it.
But we've made money on it. That's a great opportunity to make money and invest. How have
When
we
you
made
get
money?
points and spend, you're still spending.
Yeah, but you're spending half.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're still spending.
You're still
But you
spending.
have to spend anyway. I mean, you're, in other words, you're just using this for the things you're going to buy
The
anyway.
spending doesn't
I
stop.
mean,
It's just the
yeah,
amount
yeah.
of
You're gonna
money
go to Publix.
changes.
So instead of pulling out your credit card or your Chase debit card, why would you use that, not this?
No, you're right.
Well,
What
just think
happened-
about it. Think even Amazon, you want the extension cords, right? So you could have gotten the black ones because it would only cost us half of what the white ones would cost. So you can get them.
Wow, that is a
I can get
switch.
lights.
I can't believe. Yes, you can. You can buy lights and
I
get
can buy
half the
lights.
money back, so that you can buy something else. But what's going to happen is there's something else because he's going to have such great
get to
things
buy
in there.
shoes, yeah.
You're going to end up buying it where you wouldn't have bought it to begin with.
You never know things that you need.
Oh no, I know. I seen your Amazon.
I know.
I know. And Jill screams at me, stop looking at Amazon. I says, I'm not looking at what she bought. I'm just looking at the cart would be a no-brainer.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, the other thing they rolled out, I did mention the cruises, but there's also a travel site linked with this as well. Where you're going to get hotel discounts, significant discounts on hotels and trips and vacations and so forth. So you're getting a lot for $25.
And I think it's a great gift for your kids for the
International
holidays.
too?
Internet,
Hotels?
you can swipe this anywhere in the world. Matter of fact, when they first came out, they had some of our members were in Ukraine, and a guy bought an ice cream cone with his card. They showed a video in Ukraine buying the ice cream cart with his.
Ukrainian ice cream. That's
Why
interesting.
not?
Yeah.
Listen, it has a lot of crunchies.
Well, think
in
how
it.
cool it would be for grandparents also for their grandkids for the holidays, right? So you can keep sending money, transferring money. So if you, instead of having to go to Toys R Us and buy the gift, you put money on the card and they can have, plus they get the points for it.
It's funny, when I came to Florida, I worked for a company that used to pay our gas because I was a salesman on the road, right?
Yep.
So I can see a company buying this card, they have it, and they give you the card because you're going to go drive, you need gas. That's all you're going to allow. We were only allowed to use it for gas. Except the catch here is that every time I filled up my $60, he's getting points on his account.
Exactly, that makes sense.
So that tank only cost him $30. I could tell you, if I could call 5 companies in Miami right now, they stopped doing the gas thing because it became too expensive. But this just cut everything in half.
It was like a corporate credit card, right? You give your top management the corporate credit card to use for dinner, but the owner of the company's getting all the reward points.
He's getting half
the other thing
points.
is, it's a great. It's a great thing as far as fundraising as well, because from the money-making side of this, people who are what are called digital branch office, they will make money, not a lot, but in every swipe in their community, 5 cents here, 8 cents here. That's one of the revenue streams of being a digital branch office. So, imagine that you're a church and you have a big congregation, and you become a digital branch office, and you now expose this to your congregation, and they buy the card. They're helping the church because they're now helping the church make money. By the same token, the church itself is helping the congregation by saving money. So it's a win-win for everybody.
So a nonprofit A nonprofit can open a digital branch office and have members
Yes.
of the nonprofit
Yeah.
get a card, and the nonprofit gets the money.
Yep.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that's the other good thing. Yeah.
You actually, we put you in touch with, I don't know how it worked out with a not-profit. I mean, you gotta have the vision. You have to understand how the concept works. You
Right.
just picked it up and you go. A lot of people say this is too good to be true. And a lot of husbands right now are looking for you because their wives are gonna go berserk with the,
So ever since we moved, apparently Chuck tracks what mail's coming in. I guess the post office sends you letters of what's coming in. So today he says, what's coming in from Shopify? I'm like, I don't know. Is it a package or is it a letter? A package. I'm like, oh, it must be something that I ordered. A necklace, I think. So the spending
Is
doesn't
there a
stop.
cost to become a digital?
Yeah. There is a cost. The cost
Office?
is $495. Become a digital branch office. By the way, I became a digital branch office. I think it was in April. I got that back. I got a $500 check back a few weeks later because I sponsored 3 other digital branch offices. So I have this business for zero. Actually, $5 to the good. We get technical, but that is. And the other thing that I mentioned about the social influencers, those social influencers are going to bring a lot of people into the Transact card. Now, I think within a couple of years, will be tens of millions of households will have this card. That's my belief, and I'm not the only one that believes that, especially with the social influencers we have lined up. But as digital branch office, we also benefit from those social influencers. I won't get into details about that because I can't talk about them, but that's another plus. But that's, again, as we get into the launch, things are, now's the good time. I'll put it that way. Now's the good time to get involved because after the launch and even up to the launch, the benefits for the people coming to the business end of it are, I won't say disappearing, but you're not going to be able to get the benefits I've gotten
At the pre-launch.
a few months from now. So
it's
still
funny.
be good.
It's funny because the whole catch of this thing is trust, because it's banking,
Right.
It's money. When he showed me it has the Visa logo on the card, that changed my perspective on it. I remember there was a time. You remember the green dot? You guys know
Yes.
green dot? No green dot? No, you wouldn't know green dot.
Vaguely,
Green
yeah.
dot was when you didn't have a bank account and you needed a credit card
Yeah.
or a debit card to buy a cell phone.
That's right.
And I had to buy time. I had just moved down here and I had to buy time to put money on a phone to use it. Remember that? And I used to use something called Green Dot. What a disaster. I had to go to the pharmacy to put money on the card, and then you had to prove who you were in 16 different ways.
Yeah.
And then it didn't work half the time. And then when you put that $20, let's say, so you can make a call, 5 minutes later, you're done. The time evaporates on the
gone.
time of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
But what I like about this card that sold me is that it's a trust factor. You have to trust people whether they're going to open a district or the 495, or you're going to use it as a not-for-profit. It has its places because you're getting back credit monies. When you're at that level, when you're, let's say you got
Making
10
money.
churches and they're all making money, and you're getting a dime for every nickel that's turned, or the other way around. It makes a whole lot of scary sense. But I saw that it had the Visa on it, and we definitely endorse it here at the Brooklyn Cafe because it is a good deal for people and college kids.
Yeah. Well, we there's a lot of banking compliance laws we have to abide by, and we're very careful. Transact Card is very careful about the compliance issues. Digital branch offices will be probably by lunchtime or by the end of the year actually legally licensed franchises, and and one thing about the Transact Card, the founders, everything is very, very transparent. We have Zoom calls, presentations, Zoom calls all week long, and on Monday we have a corporate update call where the founders are on. They tell us exactly what's going on behind the scenes. from the lawyers, everything. So there's nothing hidden, which I like. And tomorrow at 12:30 we have a training call, and there's constantly being new every week. It's something new, something better, as they keep evolving up until the launch, and it's very, very exciting stuff.
Now, I wanted to ask you two things. First thing, is it only in Florida or is it nationwide?
It's nationwide. Their plan is to go international eventually.
Okay. And the other thing I wanted to ask you, if I were to buy a card and somebody else, like my two kids or Linda or somebody wanted to have, how many cards am I allowed to get? And do I have to pay $25 for each card that I'm giving them?
No, it's $25 per household. So under one checking account, for example. So you can get a card, 5 cards, per one account.
Gotcha.
Yeah, of course, it's all funded with the same money, so everybody's pulling from the same pool of
And
money.
can you put checks in as like a regular bank account? So if I get a check, I can deposit it in there?
Yeah, because actually, you're going to get the card. You're also going to get a checking account with one of these community banks, and yeah, you can send a check there as well.
So like mobile deposits and things like that. So you can actually make this become a regular debit card.
Oh yeah, and the reason this is how this evolved. I give a little backstory here. We have 2 founders. One founder is Peter Ranci. Peter Ranci is Australian, but he's been in international banking for basically 45 years. He was actually the co-founder of the United States Banking Association, and he knows banking. So he's gone basically behind the curtain. As he tells it, 20 years ago, there were over 20,000 small community and minority banks in the U.S. Now there's roughly 4,000. And he says they're disappearing by $100 to $200 banks per year, because they're too small, they can't compete with the big banks and so forth. So what he's done is he's gone to these banks. He knows these banks. He knows the people, all the connections. And what he's doing is he's giving them a way to survive and thrive. How? By connecting people from all over the country with these community banks. I mean, if you're a little bank in little town in Idaho, your customers are going to be in that general vicinity. But now that little bank, maybe, I may be a customer from here in Delray Beach, Florida. And, again, it's going to be full banking services, a checking account, the card. They'll be offering mortgage services. And so it's a way for these banks to survive. And in return, what these banks are giving up are some of the interchange fees that go with the swipes. The amount of money that the banks have make every year on fees, it's hundreds of billions of dollars.
Sure.
It's insane. So now, in return for helping them survive, and they're glad to do it, by the way, because they see the light, so they give up some of those transaction fees to Transact-Card in return for getting them a lot of customers. And those transaction fees, of course, a portion of them go to the digital branch offices.
Now,
we take a break and come back?
No, I want to ask one fast question. So every time I do a transaction or I purchase something using this card, it's used as a credit line on my credit score as well?
No.
It's not?
No.
Okay,
No.
so it's just like a debit card?
Exactly.
So it doesn't impact your credit score?
No, it does not.
Okay.
It does not.
And you don't need a credit approval to get
No.
it?
But a small technicality, I have this, so I don't have to put a PIN in when I swipe it. I can, if I want to put the PIN in, I can do that. So I forego that because I'm not worried about losing my card. I should be, but so I don't. You can actually swipe it like a credit card, although you're not going to get the, like you say, you're not going to get the. It won't affect your credit score, give you any impact there.
Yeah, it doesn't affect your credit score.
No, I just want to make sure because
No.
people ask me
No, you're spending your own money.
the
Just
craziest
like you would.
question.
Can we spend what you got in there?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I'm going to tell you, it's a
No
no-brainer.
interest, no overdraft fees,
No overdraft fees. None of that. Because
None
they
of
don't
that.
control that aspect of it.
All right, let's take a quick commercial break. More to come. Give us a call with any questions. You can get your Transact card. Gary, they're going to go to your website?
Yes.
gman.mytzt.com. GrowMath.com. You can get your card right there. Start $25. You can even open up a digital branch office. First swipe, 500 free GrowMath Z-Bucks. So check it out. More to come on the other side of this commercial break. Maybe we can find some music to play. Get this Friday rocking and rolling.
Let's do that.
Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
GrowMath.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to StephanieJaffeArt.com.
For real, take your business, any business, to the next level by joining us at the Global Awaken Trinity Summit. 4 days of opportunities and inside info you don't want to miss, as over 35 celebrity speakers will be live in person to teach you exactly how to make your business take off, grow, and thrive. From marketing tool secrets to the best ways to build relationships, partnerships, and make true connections. Founder Kessa Gooden is putting on this once-in-a-lifetime event, the Global Awaken Trinity Summit VIP Gala and Yacht Mastermind, February 29th through March 3rd, 2024 in Miami, Florida. Registration starts at 9 sharp each day. Bring your business partner, your team, your friends, anyone and everyone who wants real success. For tickets, call 404-992-3971. Tickets will not last, so call now. 404-992-3971. Or visit us online at globalawakenedevents.com, and we will see you there.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing. What's up?
Nothing. Just looking for music for Grandpa I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out. Thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
If the time comes, be ready. Learn CPR and join the nation of lifesavers. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina along with spokesman Rob. So Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new CareWatch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The CareWatch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your CareWatch for free. The CareWatch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your CareWatch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your CareWatch right now. Operators are standing by.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I never thought I'd ever make it. I can't believe the hell I've been through. Couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't know what to do. I've been through the rain, I've been through the fire. There was something that I never knew. I had an angel on my shoulder with a plan for me divine. Must be an angel on my shoulder who was right there all the time. This world can be so cold and so heartless. It's hard to find your way alone. Used to run so fast, no one could catch me. I couldn't find my way back home. Well, I've laughed, I've cried, I've almost died, but my broken heart just never knew. I had an angel on my shoulder with a plan for me divine. Got to be an angel
Angel on My Shoulder by J.C. Dreesen. Nice song.
Get your tickets at events.amp2.tv on November 10th. She's going to be there at 7:30 for a special showing in honor of our veterans. So portions of the proceeds of those ticket sales will go back to a veterans organization in our community.
True
Movies of Del Rey at 7:30. It's a Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Isn't it? Friday night, I'm sorry. Friday night, November 10th.
Right, the 21st is the Thursday, no?
What's the 21st?
It's the show with Johnny T.
That's the 19th, but yes. So sorry. Girl math.
The 19th is
Thursday with
a
Johnny
Thursday.
T, yes.
And I just wanted to say that too is also co-produced by J.C. Dreesen. It's J.C. Star Productions. She's putting herself together with us to produce Johnny T and Mike
Dutra.
I got that right, Mike? Mike Dutra. He's going to be doing the second part of that leg. The matinee is at 2 and the night show is at 7:30. A lot of fun there. The many legend voices of Johnny T.
Today's National Ice Cream Cone Day.
Do you know that it is National Hispanic Month?
Hispanic Heritage Month, yes.
What does Hispanic heritage, what's the difference between just being Hispanic and Hispanic heritage?
Heritage, I would think about the cultura, as you call it.
The cultura.
Yes. The heritage
But you
of it.
notice that it's not very well celebrated.
So we should celebrate it. We should go
If I didn't bring it up, you wouldn't have said nothing for the whole month.
We should go get some
But
Mexican food or something, Hispanic food.
Babas and the papa things.
The
that we're
Yiddish
doing.
papas, that's in
Yiddish
December.
papas. That's actually going to happen December 6th. I haven't talked to you about that, but he called me yesterday. He wants to do it December 6th.
Very cool.
He's at the Kravitz Center. He wants us to cover that as well. And then there's another gig at Essie up in West Palm Beach State College. It's called
Isley
the-
College.
What?
Isley.
What did I call it?
Essie.
Same difference.
No.
The Isley College Theater. You know what that is?
Yes.
God, I can't
The
stand
Palm
that.
Beach Lakes Boulevard. It's up
Yes,
in that
it is.
area. Yes.
Yes, it is. Isley.
It's like on the way over
But
to
it's
Palm
spelled with
Beach.
an E.
EIS.
Yeah, that's
Isley.
Essie. No, you don't say Isley with an E. You say Isley with an I.
It's ice cream. What's your favorite? Remember the ice cream truck that used to come around?
Do not confuse me.
Did you ever get the,
Good humor.
what do they call the Nutter Butters? You were a good humor
I think I
man?
bought an ice cream from you.
Yeah, hold your mic. You were a good humor man? You have your mic?
Hold your mic up.
Gary, your mic.
Gary, hold your mic up. Where did you sell Good Humor at?
It was outside of Philadelphia, in the suburb of Philadelphia.
No, I didn't buy nothing from you.
I was
wouldn't
about
go to
18 or 19
Philadelphia
years old.
for ice
and,
cream. I would go there for the cheesecake. No, for the sandwich thing. What is it? What?
Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak, yes. I've been there for that.
The Nutter
for
Butters?
cheesesteak.
What
Yeah.
was the #1 selling ice cream cone in your truck?
Oh,
Or
I
ice
re-
cream, I should say.
okay, I don't remember.
What's your favorite?
Well, I remember was big was the strawberry shortcake and the chocolate eclair.
Yes.
That was-
Chocolate eclair. Chocolate
Chocolate
eclair.
eclair was
that-
always
they were,
good.
They were big. Yeah, they were very popular.
You know, you guys chased out Mr. Softy.
Oh,
in New
yeah.
York
Who was
City.
the other one besides Good Humor?
Mr.
Jack and
Softy.
No, the other one.
Jack and Jill?
Mr. Softy.
Mr. Softy?
No, there was another one.
I had Good Humor, Mr. Softy.
Bungalow Bar.
But in my block, he didn't come down. Not much.
Bungalow Bar was on the island. That I know. Yeah,
I
Bungalow
never
Bar
heard
was
of
like it looked like a Good Humor truck, but the top had like a roof, like a bungalow. It's called the Bungalow Bar.
I think we just had an ice cream truck, but then the ice cream would always melt through the bottom of the ice cream cone, and then you'd have to put like a marshmallow at the bottom to hold all the ice cream. It was always dripping,
There was a bubble gum at the bottom. of the
right?
cone.
There had to be, because otherwise the
There
ice
was.
cream dripped around it.
There was. But you chased away Mr. Softy,
Yes.
and Good Humor decided to get bigger. Now, there's a Good Humor truck here in Florida
Yep.
that you can rent. But he wants like $1,000.
It's like $7 in ice cream.
It's crazy.
It's a great business, though.
For him.
Right? For him.
I remember a friend of mine used to have hot dog stands in downtown Philly on, the popular corners. He used to have the hot dogs. He had about 4 or 5 of those, little umbrella and the thing where the hot dogs are in the water and, the sauerkraut and,
Best
Very
hot
good
dogs
food.
in Manhattan.
The dirty water dogs?
Dirty water dogs.
Dirty water dogs.
Now, things got so bad when I was growing up in New York City that they had topless hot dog vendors in Yonkers. It got so bad that they had to put a fence around her with a hole to take the money and for her to give you the hot dogs. True story. She was topless, and the cops came, and they couldn't arrest her. But she was making it so that it was a dangerous situation because she was on the side of a road, and all the traffic was backed up. So they put her in this cage, and they moved her location, and then they took her to court, and they finally got an injunction to stop doing it.
So there used to be a girl in a bikini on the other side. If you head Yamato West towards 441 over the Turnpike Bridge, selling hot dogs there.
In a bikini.
In a bikini, in like
Yeah.
a string bikini. And there was a line wrapped around this truck. Like you could not head over that side of town during lunchtime. She might still be there. Hot dogs. She might still be there.
I'm going to hire the cafe girls, beautiful swimsuit models, and I'm going
I
to
need
line
that
them
buzzer.
up. No, why?
Buzz him, guys.
And I'm going to line them up. Line them up to sell hot dogs. Why?
Because that's like sexual discrimination and harassment. We
No,
don't
it's
condone
not. It's
that
a
here.
pleasurable,
For whom?
desirable meal.
Where's that buzzer? Josh, help me out.
Oh, so let me get this right.
Josh.
So if I bring in some buff guys, what's the name?
Well, get
Chip
Magic
and Dale.
Mike. Get Magic Mike and run around.
Magic Mike, no, because then they don't want to dance. What about Chippendale hot dog vendors?
They can keep their clothes on.
Chippendale? They don't have them in the
Do
shirt.
they still have those?
Yeah.
Remember in the 80s, everything was about
Didn't
that.
you go to JC's Dreesen's concert? We had two
We had
Chippendales.
Vlad and we had Abraham. Yes, exactly what
They
we
were
had.
Chippendale it. They had the vest on.
Yeah, well, have them sell hot dogs on one side.
They can sell hot dogs. Can you imagine doing a contest?
No, because what happens is all the guys, you see guys will go out and buy a hot dog from a girl bikini vendor. Women are not buying hot dogs from guys. They're just not doing
We're
it.
buying the
That's why-
Transact card from Gary and going shopping.
That's why they rather go in the mall and go to Macy's
True.
and buy stuff than to buy a hot dog from a male vendor. They're not going to do it.
Back in the day, they actually came up with these lunchtime Botox lunches for the ladies. So
Well, you can have the guys sell Mary Kay on the side with the.
you used to sell that. Are you sold Mary Kay?
Avon.
Avon.
I sold Avon.
Yeah, well.
My ex-wife decided to join, and she couldn't sell ice to an Eskimo. So I went out and I said, well, I'm stuck with a whole garage full of stuff. And I sold it. So they used to call me the Avon Man. So they took a shirt and they put a lipstick where it says Avon Woman. They crossed that and they put Man. I'm going to tell you, in the Bronx, I was all right. I should have done a hot dog vendor. I should have done something else.
Hot dog
Because
vendor.
that thing went like this and then it died.
Get like a hot dog truck.
Hot dog truck. Always wanted to get one. But I'd rather get the piragua. You know, the ices.
The Piragua. I saw that on the TV. They were talking about the Piragua man.
Piragua, man. You saw it also when we went to see the movie. What was that? West Side Story? No, what's the other one?
In the Heights.
In the Heights.
Now tomorrow, the new Santana movie's coming out. Anyone here like Santana?
Oh, yeah.
So there's a new. Thank you. We're getting there. Documentary-esque movie about Santana's life. I think there's home videos, his journey, different interviews. Tomorrow it's premiering at Movies of Delray. 7:30, I think it is. Tomorrow and Sunday, and then on the 27th again.
Yes, you guys know Santana? No, they know
Santana,
Santana.
good.
You know the Bee Gees?
The what?
The Bee Gees?
The Biggie.
The Bee Gees.
Oh, the Bee Gees, of course.
You know James Brown?
Of course. I know them all.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
I can't believe Santana's 74. He goes back to the whole time when you had Lionel Richie, Earth, Wind, and Fire, that whole genre of music.
Well, they're all
coming out of-
74 now.
Everybody's 74.
Everyone's
They're
74?
They're going to have to get new actors and new singers because that
whole generation
stage
is
moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sophia Loren, 88. Is still alive. I thought she died.
No.
She's still alive. She still looks fantastic for her age.
It's amazing, isn't it? Cheetah Rivera looks incredible. They all look great. That's pretty.
Cheetah was never.
Not your thing?
I tell you, I worked for her.
I know. You work for a lot of people.
I
Can you imagine if you wrote a book of your memoirs of the amount of people and jobs that you've had and who you worked for and houses you painted and stories you could tell?
I did a rabbi's house.
Rita Moreno, too. She's another one.
I did a rabbi's house in Brooklyn. Not the rabbi. I was across the street from the rabbi. I knew it because he had all the cops in front of his house. So the guy's son went to MIT, and he built a roof that opened up so that you could eat under the stars. You have a religious holiday that you're supposed to eat
Sukkot.
outside. What's it called?
Sukkot.
Sukkot? Yeah, that too.
You build a sukkah.
He built an electronic sukkah
Wow.
inside the house.
It's pretty cool.
So it will go, and you can see the stars, right?
That's very
So
cool.
I'm there with my dad, and the guy says, in order for you to get this contract, you must paint in one direction. It was either up or down. I think it was up. It was not allowed to go up and down. And when we used rollers, we had to use sprayers. And this is all part of this room. Very, very religious room.
Really?
And they brought in sandbags. Don't know what that was all about. So anyway, long story short of it, I asked the guy before I leave, when we finished cleaning up, we were there for like 3 weeks. I said, can you open the roof for me? He says, just don't tell the rabbi. And here's this button. It took like 20 minutes for it to slide open. And you can see the roof, you can see the stars, and it was in Brooklyn. I'll never forget that.
That's
That was
amazing.
And then they came back. And then the rabbi came over. This is okay, I gotta get out of here.
It's very cool. So it reminded me of this studio when we moved in here, when we used to open up the bay
No,
door so
you
we could
did that.
open up
No,
and bring in
you
the
did
fresh
that.
air and do everything.
No, that was hot air.
That door that
sticky
Freddie
air,
has now hidden is actually a door that opens up to let the fresh air in
smelly
the fall.
air, ants,
It was
bugs,
beautiful.
mosquitoes, cucarachas.
It was beautiful.
There were bugs. I was running around here chasing all the bugs because I used to run in here because it was cool in here and all the bugs wanted to live here.
But it was beautiful at the time.
No.
Things to do. So you got plans this weekend?
Yeah, I'll
Football.
be crying on Sunday. Let me see. If I do something good for myself Saturday, maybe Sunday won't be too bad. How do you get through a game like yesterday, watching that game? First of all, did you watch?
No, I didn't watch it. Well, no, we were watching it we were watching at the
restaurant.
At the restaurant, and that was pretty bad.
Well, never do that. Did you tell people you were a Giants fan at the
No, I
restaurant?
didn't do that.
Which boat campers? Down in Plantation?
Yeah, Plantation,
Oh,
Peters
that's
Road.
right by Winland, works. Right across the street. You know, it's funny. I watched the Rangers play when they were in something and they lost, and I was in a restaurant. You don't ever want to tell people you're a Rangers fan. I think they were playing the Panthers or something. I don't know what it was. It was not nice. It was very bad. Very bad. And you couldn't catch that game at home. It wasn't
No.
to be found. Where do they air that game?
I think it was on ESPN or
No.
Football
Last
Channel
night?
or one of them.
It was Prime. It was on Prime.
On Prime Video?
Prime Video.
Prime
yeah.
I don't have Prime.
Yeah, Prime
Yes,
Video.
you do. You have Amazon Prime.
No, I have Amazon.
That means you've got the video.
Allegedly, I supposed to, and I went in and don't have it.
They give you,
Maybe
they
because
give
you
you a
got hot
month
one.
free, then they sucker you in for X amount a month.
That's what it is. My month
Yeah.
must be free up.
Yeah, if they give you a month free, then if you don't cancel it, you're stuck. And
Really? It's not included with your Amazon Prime membership?
No, you got to pay for it.
I think it's included in your Amazon
Oh, you know
Prime
what?
membership, which you pay for.
that's weird because I have to check. Cause I have Amazon Prime, but I have to check that now.
I have Amazon Prime too. Now I'm all confused now. Not that I wanted to. I have my phone anyway, and I cast it out.
So check it. I saw there was a deal on this DirecTV sports package on the TV last night. Maybe that's what Freddie was talking about.
I don't know what it was, but
Things
I know
to do.
they got
Sports
this.
are
What
back.
are you doing this weekend? Oh, you were just ordering your special meal for Monday.
That's Monday, yes.
So what are you doing this weekend? Are you going to be buying stuff?
No, because I ordered everything. I got smart.
Girl math.
I might be
Free,
doing
free
some girl.
spend?
I might be doing some girl math, but no, I don't know what I'm going to do. See what we're going to do here. Working, catch up on some things.
You ain't gonna
maybe
work
go
this
to the
weekend.
movies.
What are you going to see in the
Go to
movies?
Temple Sunday night. All that stuff.
You go to Temple?
I haven't been to
Really?
Temple inside the. I was there with you for a shoot, but other than that, I haven't been to services since 2019 before the pandemic.
Why don't you go see the game at the U?
Because I'm going to synagogue on, tomorrow.
Yeah.
No. The thing
You always
is,
tell people you this. Why don't you go to a game?
because they take too long. They take too long. They take. It's a whole day. It's an hour to get there, then it's 4 hours, and it's an hour to get back. You can watch it on TV. I can watch the last 2 minutes and get the whole synopsis.
I brought my son to a Notre Dame U game
That's
at
probably-
the old Orange Bowl.
Oh my
Oh, that
gosh.
must have been great.
Holy crow! When they scored, the whole stadium
It like roars.
rock moved.
Yeah, move.
And that was probably when the U was really good too, I bet, huh?
Oh yeah,
That's why they. That's why they condemned
beat
that
Notre
stadium.
Dame.
They condemned that stadium because it was rocking.
When it was still the old Orange Bowl, we took the kids for a game once. We were sitting under the overhang, and there's just the smell of whatever was being smoked around. No matter, and I had little kids with me. It's like there was nowhere
Hot
to
dog?
go. No, it wasn't hot dogs. To get away from what was being smoked in downtown Miami. It's different than it is now, because now you just know it is.
I went and bought, not me, Ruthie went, Ray's wife bought tickets to see the Eagles play the Giants, right? So we go and we're getting ready and I'm looking at the tickets on a Thursday night. I said, hey guys, no, it was a Friday night. I said, guys, these tickets are in Philly. She bought tickets in Philly.
Did you go?
Yeah, we went. And they wore their colors. I'm not a Giants fan, so I didn't wear my color. They wore their colors. And when I saw what happened to them,
probably got wrecked.
Mistake.
Oh, what a mistake that was.
I said to them, listen, guys, you go ahead. I'll meet you at the car when the game is over. My goodness gracious, rowdy fans
Did you see
in
what
Philly.
happened last week at the Dolphin game? A Patriots fan punched a Dolphin fan and killed the guy?
What?
Other way around.
The Dolphin killed the Patriot? Killed the guy.
And then
he was
the-
52.
And then the Jet,
Sitting right next to his son.
and then the Jet Dallas game, the Jet players attacked the Dallas Cowboy fan, and then he got destroyed.
See, that's not what this is about. It's supposed to be about game, teamwork, having some fun. To punch someone out, to kill them, to hurt them over
Well,
a game?
Philly's crazy. Philly, there was a guy in the bleachers, and somebody from Atlanta, somebody from Philly hit a home run. The kid's holding the kid like this, his child. And the guy nonchalantly goes like this, and he catches the ball in the middle of the field. And then he put the kid down, and he throws the ball back on the field because he was a Braves fan. That was crazy.
It's totally
But I'm going to tell you, that,
Well, you know,
that football game,
Yeah, the old Vet Stadium, before they went to the link, they used to have you probably heard, they used to have a jail there
Downstairs
with the
in the-
judge at the stadium.
Yankee Stadium too had a jail.
And any fans got out of control, they take them down to the jail. The judge would sentence them right there, lock them right up there in the
Yep.
stadium.
Happened at Yankee Stadium too. I wore a Red Sox jersey to a Yankee Red Sox game. I lost a big bet. Oh, the Jets and the Patriots. Brady beat me again at the Meadowlands. It was freezing. So I had to buy $5,000 worth of tickets to sit behind Yankee Stadium. I took Freddie, I took Beth, they all went, everybody went. And they were shooting The Sopranos at home plate, behind home plate. They were shooting The Sopranos.
Nice.
And I had to wear a Red Sox jersey. And my two boys decided they have to go to the bathroom. I said, no, you don't, hold it in. No, we gotta go to the bathroom. And I couldn't let them go by themselves, right? So guess who had to go to the bathroom with a Boston Red Sox jersey in the middle of Yankee Stadium? So I had to send my two boys out to go get a cop because they weren't leaving me leave the bathroom.
Wow.
It was the scariest time in my... I says, yo, guys, I'm a Yankee fan, which I'm not. I'm a Yankee fan. I lost a bet, and I had to wear this stupid jersey. And the guy says,
They weren't
no.
buying it. They weren't buying it.
They weren't buying it. He says, yeah, every time we destroy somebody in here, he always says that. And the cops came to my rescue.
Oh, man.
I'm going to tell you, man. And never again will I make a bet on wearing a jersey. Never.
Don't do it.
It was crazy.
Go get your Transact card. And Gary, how do people get the card for Transact?
Well, they could go to my website. They could call me. Matter of fact, anybody who's interested in the business opportunity, the income opportunity, I'd suggest them they call me at 561-376-1753. I could give them personal information, get them onto Zoom calls, presentation calls, and so forth. But otherwise, just go to, they can order the card through the website. $25 now, one time for life. Double Z-Bucks for a year plus. That's simple.
Check it out. Double your buying power one swipe at a time.
Yes.
And Frank, your promotion, we're going to start it about a week early. The book
you can
promo.
start it now. You can start it whenever you want.
Let's start it now.
Started.
Buy your book.
Yeah, come to the studio, buy a book. As soon as we get we already got one, so 4 more people will click the giveaway going, and on December 18th it'll be over, and whoever has bought a book, their name will go into a hat, and I'll draw out the winner, and they'll get my complete library.
It's all about faith. And for all of our friends and family that celebrate the Jewish holidays, have an easy fast. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay dry. It's going to be a beautiful weekend here. It's going to be rainy in the middle.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And I will see you Tuesday night AM drive time. But have a safe and easy fast.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.